All right, Danny Lehr with Caffeine and Kilos here, and we are with Tony Blauer. So Tony, you actually just invited us down, wanted to come down and hang out. We appreciate everything you've done for us, and we're at the Be Your Own Bodyguard seminar through CrossFit.
Right.
So you've done seminars, you've been teaching seminars or in some capacity for 37 years.
Yep.
So my question is, what did you do before that?
37 years. I'm 57, so I was 20. I just got out of school.
Yeah.
You know, I was working for my dad. And really, how the company really started is I was working out at my dad's factory.
Right.
Right. And I'm supposed to be unpacking shit, but you know, there'd always be boxes there, and I'd be shadow boxing and hitting them. And one of my dad's clients, his 15-year-old son was having a bully issue at school.
Right.
And he sees me kicking and punching, and he says, "Hey, I need you to teach Mitchie how to defend himself. He's having a problem at school."
Yeah.
So I was like, "Oh, man, okay, sure, I'll help out." And he said, "I want you to take it seriously. I want to pay you."
Yeah.
I was getting $4 an hour, and it was 1980.
Yeah.
And I said, "I can't take your money. You're good friends with my dad. I'll do it as a favor." He says, "No, I'm paying you. I want you to take it seriously. I'm going to pay you $20. So I'm good at math. I quickly go, "That's 5 lessons."
Right.
He goes, "I'll pay you $20 an hour per lesson." And I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And literally, I started teaching this kid. At the time, I was boxing, taekwondo, wrestling.
Yeah.
This is 1980, so the first UFC was 1993.
Yeah.
So 13 years before the first UFC, I was blending shit. I was inspired by Bruce Lee.
Right.
Like mixed martial art, blending the shit. We didn't call it that.
Right.
But that's what we did. He lived in a pretty nice neighborhood, and I started training him, his brother said, "How come I can't take lessons?" So then I got lessons with his brother, and then the kid across the street and his brother. literally within a month, I had 20.
Yeah.
I was only 20.
Yeah.
And these kids are all 16 and 17, so the age and size wasn't that different.
Right.
They were like guinea pigs with me, and we just literally beat the shit out of each other for years, experimenting with shit.
Right.
And that's really, the impetus and the genesis of the system.
Right. Yeah, and it's interesting, and then there's a whole other side. It must have come through some research and stuff, but the whole psychology aspect of it. You know, like there's the ATM videos, like maybe your most popular one, I don't know. But it's great where you're at an ATM, and then it's avoiding the confrontation.
Right. Yeah, so I always abhor violence, and I'm not a knuckle dragger. I'm not cavalier about violence. Violence is horrible, and everyone should always, we use the term choose safety. That you can choose safety from the situational awareness phase.
Right.
You can choose safety in the verbal de-escalation, and then in self-defense, to not stand there and go, "You want to fight, man?" and kind of have that douchebag moment.
Right.
It's just if you were confronting me, you're a big guy, and I was like, okay, there's my escape route. My movement would be, "Dude, I'm talking to you. I'm here like this."
Right.
Boom! I smash you in the face with a bottle and fucking run. Right.
Yeah.
Like, now, just before anybody watching this gets an idea, like I'll do that. Force must always parallel danger.
Right.
So that would be a very serious, dangerous thing if you're going to smash.
Not if I ask you for a light.
Right.
But if I come over and start, "Hey, motherfucker."
Well, it's just something where, like, I see you reaching for a knife or a gun, or maybe you had a knife and and like, "Hey, give me your wallet," and I'm like this, and I go, "Wow," and I smash you in the face.
Right.
And I run, but like that movement isn't part of some martial art class.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're always about the spontaneity, but to make all of that make sense, we had to really delve into the psychology of fear, the psychology of performance, and mindset. Because I can show you anything you want, anything cool, but if fear gets in the way, it's not going to happen. So our biggest thing, when we're working with athletes or we're working with fighters, is this mindset of fear. How do you manage fear?
So you've worked with people all over the world. You've worked at different organizations. I know you personally, so I know some stuff you have going on there. What's just one, if you had to pick one thing, all right, that you think you're most proud of that you've done? What's one thing in life that you think you're most proud of, either professionally, personally, kind of whatever comes to mind?
That didn't sound good.
No, someone just say shit. Bunch of tables. Yeah. They're all right. No one's trapped under there.
The thing I'm most proud of in business or in life?
Just either. It's up to you. Just what kind of comes to mind?
Just my commitment to my family.
Yeah.
Just, I've had some horrific things happen in business, in violence, and things that I know could have derailed me as a dad as a businessman, and just to come back from some of that shit, way tougher than any street altercation I've been in.
Yeah.
But just shit where you go, you know, it's this tattoo, man. You're the hero in your story.
Yeah.
The original tattoo was be the hero in your story, and I thought that was selfish because that's about me. I didn't get where I am without my wife, without my kids saying, Dad, I need you to be strong now, right? Even though they never said that, they look at you going, you know. So my biggest thing is just being there, being a good person, my integrity, and being there for my family.
That's fantastic. And then, last thing is one piece of advice. And someone just says, "Hey, you know," and you don't know their background. They say, "What's one thing I could do to be my own bodyguard?"
Right.
Just like, what's one thing? You don't have a lot of time with them. Just kind of quick answer, something you could do to help out anybody.
Yeah, the easiest thing to tell people is just this our little motto. We say, choose safety. Always choose safety. Don't let ego or pride dictate your next strategy. You get a bad feeling. Every victim of violence who ever lived to tell the tale say they had a bad feeling before, which means your body has this intuitive radar that picks up danger. And it could be a business deal, it could be a date, it could be turning down a road, opening the door to your house. You get a bad feeling, just turn around.
Right.
And take, you know, if you're wrong and nothing was happening, you're just late. Right?
Yeah.
Like it just doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But if you ignore that fear spike and it turns out to be something, like that could cost you everything. So the easiest thing, the fastest, the most important thing I tell people, because if you look at all confrontations go typically through 3 stages, D1, D2, D3, detect and avoid, defuse and de-escalate, defend is the last. Most people always just practice the physical.
The defend part.
Yeah, so you practice getting out of a headlock, not how to avoid somebody who might try to put you in a headlock.
But you know what's better than getting out of a headlock? Not getting into one.
Right. And that's the whole point.
Awesome.
Is that you and just trusting that vibe and moving away. You know, for me to practice getting out of a headlock, I gotta let you put a headlock on me. Right? But if I'm standing here and you move towards me, like if I just let my body's natural response to danger push you away, take care, bro. Then you're good. I mean, really simple stuff. The whole thing with Be Your Own Bodyguard is really about making good people safer.
Yeah.
And it's not you. Like some people confuse this, they go, oh, you can't learn self-defense in a day. Yes, you can. If you can learn CPR in 4 or 5 hours, you can learn self-defense.
Right.
What you can't learn, and this is the unconscious bias, is what people confuse this with, is they confuse this with learning a martial art in a day.
Right.
You can't learn jiu-jitsu in a day, you can't learn boxing in a day, you can't learn Thai boxing in a day. So what you have is people who are studying that stuff look at this and someone says, hey, I'm going to this 1-day course. Like for example, you just did the course.
Right.
If you were going to set up a fight between you at 9 a.m. and you right now, who would you bet on?
Oh, myself now.
Right. So who knows more about situational awareness? You this morning or you now?
Oh, now, absolutely.
About fear management.
Right. Yeah.
What about closest weapon, closest target?
Yeah.
What about the core to extremity? How to weaponize the flinch?
Yeah.
So you're more dangerous after a 1-day course. You have a better idea of how to manage fear in the street, and that'll make you safer so you continue to grow your family and grow your business.
Yeah.
That's all this is about.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Brother.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks for everything.
Thank you guys for everything you do for me and the family, and all my kids steal your shit. I come home, I go, where's my Caffeine and Kilo stuff? The box is open. The kids got it all.
Yeah. Thanks.
Love it.